There are so many aspects of life that require poise. It can become bewildering to constantly draw lines between what is ridiculous and righteous. Even those who seem pointedly pessimistic still crave for things to go their way. We become easily swayed by our emotions, disjointed through our pain. Even our brains are so delicately assembled from its stem to crown, where, from a subtle sound, it can quiver in any direction. We have come through history among its utmost incivility: war, disagreement, delusion and divorce. We have advanced ourselves through technology and telephony to a level that at times we question, is this beyond the bounds of what we are able to handle? How then could we always expect the utmost civility among others, or even civility within ourselves? What if we thought of things in a different tangent? What if we thought of things to be somewhat indifferent, or perhaps absurd? This brings us to the concept of the absurdity of life, courtesy of philosopher Albert Camus. And I have other Albert Camus videos as part of my collection, where to consider life among its absurdities. It can provide an insight that can see a speckle of normalcy, even among life's idiocies. Click the links in the description. The notion of Camus' absurd world is explained by the separation we feel, just when we believe our lives mould into a means of sensibility, that all will occur in its order. Then all of a sudden, in a whisper, life goes beyond what we can fathom, where we lose all sense of belief and meaning. When the absurd occurs, it tangles and weaves us into a web of confusion that can lead us into astray, into anxiety, tirade us into trauma, and fill our minds with bleak illusion. We preconceive so many things, our thoughts flutter continuously, and there is a primitive silence and hostility that emerges within, that builds a conflict of everything we thought we knew, that is now beyond our understanding. We become at prey to the truths we hold within our memories, as some will try to escape the absurd, divulge themselves in meaningless merriment, addiction, or occupy themselves in deluded hope and fantasy. There are, though, other ways we can redefine ourselves through such uncertainty, and that is by simply expecting the absurd. As by expecting the absurd, we literally flip our thoughts in reverse, as while we often think of life's absurdities as a resulting occurrence, we can now reverse this cycle by taking absurdity as its starting point. It is a revelation to re-question what we initially believed, what could crush us, to now respect it and deny its confrontation and struggle. And while to kindle the absurd defies logic, it is a leap of life that can devote an infinite perspective and patience that ignites our passions towards the present moment. It is the oddment within ourselves, where such oddities are expressed eloquently, as among our greatest creations, both known and unknown, began with its absurdity. To expect the absurd is not a matter of accepting, but drawing strength from it, even when there is no offer of consolation nor clarity that we constantly crave. And we do this by a process of levelling, as when we recognise the reality of life's struggles and suffering, we can then embrace what life offers in experience. As our lives can evolve of less of initially explaining and solving, but now of experience and describing. So, to conclude, we spoke about how the absurd in life is when we become bewildered from what we cannot comprehend, and then We spoke of the same revelation of the absurd, not as to pity it, but now to expect it. As when we expect the absurd, we no longer believe we are deprived of life from our misfortunes. Yet we can focus our energies less on what revolves around us to then discover our own disciplines and strengths. As when we allow our intelligence and passion to mingle, we build a doggedness and a lucidity which resembles a conqueror. For when we expect the absurd, we become prepared for what life has to offer, adapting to the unexpected, making fate a matter of only what is brought from within ourselves and through each other. I can therefore say that the absurd is not in man nor in the world, but in their presence together. As there is no sun without shadow, and it is essential to know the night. Thus convinced of the wholly human origin of all that is human, a blind man eager to see knows that the night has no end. He is still on the go. The rock is still rolling. To adopt a mindset that the world is absurd could be seen as being morbid and negative if we constantly think there is nothing but absurdity that surrounds us. By expecting the absurd, though, does not mean we are resigning our lives to it. We are simply acknowledging that absurdity is part of life, just as it is to love, to laugh, and to suffer. Acknowledging the absurd is a means for us to accept and embrace life's disparities, as opposed to us conflicting and tussling against them, which causes our greatest of anxieties. Acceptance, though, is only its starting point. As when we expect the absurd, we have an opportunity to redefine how we approach our difficulties, where our energies can be spared against our anxieties and redirected towards how we can make a difference towards our own lives. It is how we maintain our passions, fulfill our values, become resolute through our hardships, and being authentic to others, and importantly, to ourselves. To expect the absurd is more than just a morbid mirage. It is a mindset that can equip us in an uncertain world. As the absurd will cause our hearts to beat, our stomachs to churn, our minds to wander. Yet, a true element of thought is only as worthy as its absurdity.